Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is August 14th of 2016. It's a Sunday. I'm waiting for a delivery. I ordered this morning. I love this Amazon one-day delivery. This is which is out for delivery today, and I should be getting. It's a sound card, mixer, and I should get it today. So this is going to be part one. When it's delivered, I will make part two, splice these together, and we will have a little audio review here for you. When I started making, I've got about 600, I think it is, YouTube videos. When I started making videos, I used the Logitech. Of course, the Logitech camera wasn't the C920 or the C932E or whatever I'm using now. They were good, but they weren't as good. They got much better. Logitech has always been making cameras, USB cameras, that got better and better. In fact, when I first started making videos, that wasn't for YouTube though. Well, I don't think that wasn't a Logitech. It had to hook to a parallel port on my computer to a printer port. And so I've seen a big improvement in video and audio. And so I made videos, a lot of the early videos, all of them I think, are using the audio from the Logitech cam. Then a while back, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said that he's a fan of watching YouTube videos, and he was telling me that he really thought that audio was really, really important to having a good video. And I never, perhaps because I've got a little bit of hearing loss in both ears, not a little bit, quite a bit actually. So I decided I was going to add good video or good audio. And so you remember, I'm sure a lot of you remember, I've reviewed different headsets and used those, and some of them are great. I don't really have any problem with some of the ones that I have reviewed. The audio has been great. You just have to wear the headset, which I don't mind doing that for making a video. Then I used the Snowball. I used that. Then at some point I went to the, let's see, where is that? Oh, I don't have it setting out here because I'm not going to be hooking it up. Yeah, I went to the Blue Yeti, and it's good. Kind of heavy, and but it's strictly USB right into the computer, and there's nothing wrong with it. I made some great, I think, I'm not sure they were great videos, but the audio was good. And I just like playing around with stuff. I could be just happy I have that in the closet here someplace, and I hook it up from time to time. And if somebody came up, if I were going to be doing a interview with somebody, which I'd actually like to do interviews, that's the microphone I would use because I could have the pattern where both sides, it could be in between us. So there are times that I might use that. So see, after the Yeti, well, I think after the Yeti I was doing headsets also. What was next? Oh my God, let's see. Well, I think I might have purchased this because this is cardio condenser microphone. That's it here. And it's really good, I think. I didn't use this as much as I should. In fact, I'm going to hook it up here. You're going to hear this in part 2. Now, when I got this, I think that's when I had to, let me think. I think that's when I had to purchase this. Because you need, for these condenser microphones, you need 48 volts. A lot of people purchase condenser microphones. Now this one I don't think does. I think this one comes with, what do they call that? Come with this cable connection. Now a lot of these inexpensive condensers come with a regular, I should have one around here someplace, but I forgot to lay it out for you. That just goes into the back like it should, has to, but then goes out to a 3.5 audio jack like we're all so familiar with. And people try plugging that into their computer, and I don't know, somebody might have a computer or something that it works in, but 95% of the time it's terrible audio if you get any at all. You have to have something like this that gives you 48 or enough voltage so the microphone will work. And so this worked fine. I always leave my computer and everything running. When I purchased this, I made a sample video for you with the audio and using this microphone, and it was great. The next day I went to make another one, and there was a terrible buzzing, and I mean bad. You couldn't even hear me talking. And I tried to figure out what was wrong a little bit, and then of course I was moving things around, trying different things, and I reached down and almost burned myself. This was so hot. I've got a tester that gives you the temperature. I wish I had, but this thing was hot, really hot. So I just disconnected it. I haven't got around to checking to see if this thing is actually broke. I'm not sure that I think they might have thought that somebody was going to turn this on and off. They didn't maybe think there was going to be somebody but maybe there's something else was wrong. But I disconnected that and I purchased this. Well, let me show you here. I have it up here. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. This is it. I purchased this. It gets great reviews. And hooked it up. And been using it. I was using it for quite a while. Works good. It's for one microphone and one instrument in. And I ended up with 2 of these microphones. Let's see. From different... That's it. From different companies. Excuse me. I just had dinner, I guess it was. Okay, here's the cable with this, This is how when you get these microphones, they're not bad microphones. You get this microphone, it comes with this 3.5. And it's not going to work for you. If you read the reviews on Amazon, somebody will buy this, and there'll be maybe 50 reviews, and there'll be 5 people that'll say, works great. With this my computer, I just plugged it in, and everybody else says it doesn't work unless you have the phantom power. So I ended up with 2 microphones like this. One of them is the Fifine. That's it. They're actually identical from different companies, but they have their own name on it or whatever. They're identical. And so then, about that time, I was also doing reviews of headsets, And people were telling me that with the headsets, I wasn't getting stereo, just getting the right or left, forget one, right or left channel, which I don't think was the headset's fault. I think it was my fault in the settings that I was doing. Because I think I was setting record stereo, but I wasn't putting out stereo. If I'd have put mono, it would have sent it to both sides, I think. So anyway, I ended up with 2 of these. So then, of course, I thought, well then, 2 things. One, the same company that makes this microphone makes this. And that's what I'm using right now. I purchased one of these. And it's, man, a great price for it. Let me click on it, I guess. Great price for it. Works great, I think. But for me, I'm not too smart. And the settings on this thing, you know how old people are having trouble setting a VCR. I'm not sure anybody uses VCRs anymore, but you know, you've got to push a button here and click through to adjust this, and then you click through. So you don't just take a knob that, well, I'll show you what I want. I've got this coming today, and it has 2 inputs. And actually, the way this is designed, you can use, was it BML, or let's see how it says. Well, or also if you have, you see the way that is there, if you have another microphone with a larger jack, not the 3.5, but is it an RCA jack? No, not an RCA jack. Well, one of the bigger plugs. Then you can plug in the center there. So you can have 2 microphones with. But the point is, this should be a lot simpler. Okay, 2 inputs, and I actually today won't be able to do. Then I realized I didn't have another cable like this. I need 2. I've got cables that came with these that have the 3.5 jack at the end. Someplace if I could find it, I'm not sure how well it would work. I have adapter. I could plug the 3.5 jack in and then it would go into there, but I'll just wait in a couple of days. I'll have the other cable I need. But okay, with this that's coming today, look, you have 1, 2, and then you have, here is the control for the gain to turn up or down for mic 1, and right here, mic 2 or instrument 2, whichever you. So this is for headset. With the Yeti, I did use a little bit to monitor my own audio. Now, whoops, did I lose? No. One of the selling points of this device here, this one, was the fantastic software that came with it. Multiple packages that would cost you a lot of money to purchase. And I installed them on my computer. I can't find them, I think. Maybe part of them I can find. It's just, I don't know. Everybody raves about the software, and people that are in the recording business or whatever use it. I don't know where it is. Maybe they don't put, maybe, that might have been about the time that Windows 10 just came out, and I'm using Windows 10. But this new that's coming today, and where did I put it? It comes with some software, and so I'll be trying it. Audio software. By the way, I signed up for, is this it? No, let's see. think I'm for Office. No, it's not Office. It's Adobe Creative Cloud. I think I'm paying, what is it, $20 a month now, and it's for Adobe Studio, whatever their video editing software is. And why I signed up, of course you can cancel. Why I signed up for it, I do not know. I own Corel Video Studio X9, and I own Corel Screen Capture X9, and what is the Magic software? I purchased that, and I never spend the time to really learn how to do much more than putting some things together. So why I signed up for that? Because I took one peek at it for just a few minutes. It looks more complicated, much more complicated than Adobe Photo Studio. So I may be canceling that. Or I might decide to try to see what I can do with it. Because I think anyway, back to the audio. So in a little bit, when I get the thing, I'm going to hook up the new thing, and I'll just be able to hook up one of the microphones. Well, I'll hook one up, this one, and we'll see what it sounds like. Then I'll take it off and hook up this one and see. I might do this one first since it's already hooked up. It's already on the... so we'll try those two, and then in a couple days' time, when I get another cable... God, I wish I had another cable here. I thought I did. But then I'll go back to stereo these microphones, and I'll know just exactly what to adjust. Right now, I looked at it with software, and I saw that I had it adjusted about right in the 2 tracks, and it sounds about right on the audio, the videos that I've been making. But because this should be the left track? It's my left, but it's the right, I don't know. And this is the other track. And I think they're set about right. But so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop here and wait for the delivery person to deliver on Sunday the package. It's Lone Star, Texas or something delivery service. I think it's kind of like an Uber thing. I think these people are using their own vehicles, have a contract with Amazon, and deliver these. We're in a gated community, so they'll be calling on the phone. They delivered one night about 9 o'clock or 9:30. I was happy to get it. I mean, they could have delivered at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't have cared. But, so anyway, stand by. Don't touch the mouse because I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back. I see. I pushed the pause. That's not going to work. I know it's 6 p.m. They might not be here for 3 hours, so I'm just going to stop this, and then I'll record the next segment and splice them together. You know, I did audio a long time ago, back in the 1950s. I was doing a radio program that was broadcast over WRUL Radio, New York, worldwide, over shortwave radio to Europe, Africa, and Latin America. And at first I went, because the station at WRUL in New York City was a sister station of KMBC in Kansas City, Missouri, so I went to KMBC once a week into their studio, a real studio, audio studio. I was in high school then, I think, and they recorded it for me. I don't think they were too happy about doing it because they were doing it for I'm sure for free, you know, because they were sister stations. And then I could tell they didn't really want to do it. One way I could tell was they had me come down, and they were then going to real FM radio, and so there was carpenters there and people building and hammering, and they just let the people go ahead and hammer and bang and carry on. And I'm sure if I'd have been, well, there was a minister and other people who recorded shows ahead of me, and I don't think anybody was banging during their show. I didn't really care, but so I just decided to do my own. So I bought was it a 4-track or an 8-track? A woolen sack tape recorder, and decided to do my own. And so I did my own and mailed it to New York City to be broadcast, and tuned in on the shortwave radio to listen to and I heard, I can't mimic it, but I heard my show backwards, frontwards and backwards, because I had taken the tape and that I'd been the tape that KMBC had been full track. I didn't know anything that they recorded full track, of course, and I did not have a bulk tape eraser. I got one after that, but I ran it through and 4-track or whatever, and erased it that way using the. Well, of course, there was areas on the tape where there was, so I could hear myself. I could hear that week's show, and I could then hear my voice backwards. And by God, it took the people at the station, WRUL, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes to catch it. And I'm there, oh my God, please, somebody listen to what's going out over the air. And they finally stopped it. So I got a bulk tape eraser and took care of that. But you know, before I got that woolen sack tape recorder, I had another recorder. What type of recorder did I have before I got the tape recorder? That's the question. Do you know? A wire recorder. I think we got the last wire recorder, just like I bought, you know, I think I got into beta tapes just when they were selling out the beta tapes and VHS had come out. So my dad bought I was in high school, bought the wire recorder for me. That must have been before high school. Anyway, it was a spool of wire is what it was, and when you wanted to splice it, you had to cut it, tie it into a knot, you know, a little knot there, whatever. So when I was playing, you'd hear, you know, a little beep or whatever. It actually worked okay. It sounded okay, but tape was much nicer. God, I'm old. How many of you remember or ever heard of wire recorders? Hold up your hand. I'll be back. Well, I'm back, but you're not going to see me moving on the camera because for some reason, with this audio box running, my camera locks up. My camera software locks up here. I tried several different programs, not camera programs, but capture programs. I own at least 3, and they all do the same thing. The audio now, of course, is great here, and I'm using the my fine microphone right now, and I can adjust the volume So I've got the microphone plugged, in here, and I'm adjusting. I could adjust the volume on number 1 here. I think it sounds great, but I've got to solve this problem of. Also, I found out maybe that's what's causing the problem. Maybe I could try it now. Let's see. What I did was on the. I don't know if I could adjust it here. No, not while it's running. With this one microphone hooked up and using this, I see what my mistake has been in the past. I had stereo checked, and of course that's why you were hearing in the past just the audio coming out of one. Now when I hooked up 2 mics here, that wasn't a problem. Right now I've just got 1 mic. In a couple of days I'll get another cable and I have these 2 microphones. I'm gesturing. I know you can't see. But so I have a problem to work on here because I do need to have video going. I might try Minicam. I have that installed. I paid for it, and maybe it will somehow work because Movana and what's the other one? Movana and Corral Studio have both locked up on me because of the camera. So I'm going to bring this to a conclusion. I've got the new device. In a couple days I will have a second microphone going. I like this box, and I like that I know which control works for the microphones, one for each, and so I like it. But I'm going to end now, and I'm going to work on the problem of why my camera locks up when I try to do screen capture here. Well, not try. I mean, I'm doing screen capture, but I've got to work on this problem. So thank you very much.